guys, thank you for joining me for today's video and I hope you guys are having a really good day. I decided to film a 50 facts about me video today. You might have seen in my last weekly vlog that when I was in Germany I could not sleep for God knows how long, and I just entertained myself by watching a load of YouTubers' 50 facts about me videos, starting off with my friend Hannah's, and I'll link hers below because she's so funny and yeah, it was really entertaining. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to give that a go. A few of you in the past have asked me to do a facts about me video, but I was like, really? Are you going to find it that interesting? But after watching a few other YouTubers doing it, I thought, you know what, there are a few things that you might find a little bit entertaining. I almost wanted to do kind of like a disclaimer, but then I thought, no, I'm not going to do a disclaimer. I'm not going to apologise for saying some of these facts because, yeah, they might sound a little bit showy-offy, but at the end of the day, they're facts about me, and some of these things, some of these achievements I worked really, really hard for. And yeah, I just don't really think that we should be apologetic or swipe our achievements under the carpet. I'm one of these people that I get a little bit embarrassed when I'm like, oh yeah, I did really well in my A-levels or things like that. It's just almost in British society you don't big yourself up, and I think it's a bit of a shame. So if you guys are on YouTube and haven't made a 50 facts about me video, then I suggest you do it, and don't be afraid to talk about things that you've achieved, because why should we keep them under the carpet? We do work really, really hard sometimes, and yeah, so a slight ramble aside, let's do this. And these are in no particular order, by the way. I've got them all written down on the notes section of my phone, and yeah, really, really random. So let's get started. Number 1. My first detention was when I was in year 3, and this was for supposedly taking money from my classmates, because basically my best friend and I, when we were 7 years old, we got a book about fortunes and reading people's fortunes and dreams, so we used to charge 10p for reading people's fortunes, and I got detention for it because apparently you're not allowed to make money in the playground. Number 2, my first and only car was a Peugeot 206cc, which yes means convertible, and yeah, I kind of thought I was really cool poser in my little Peugeot. I don't have that car anymore though because I live in London and don't really have a need for it, although kind of thinking about getting another one. Number 3, I once saw Michael McIntyre in the Mumblr concession at Selfridges, and I'm pretty sure that that's where he made up the joke that some little clutch handbags cost more than if you were to hire a little man to follow you around with your possessions all the time, because he was mumbling about that kind of thing while we were shopping. Number 4, I used to be addicted to Neopets when I was younger. I can still remember my username, Little Joey 10, and I also used to run a guild called Dogs Worlds. Leave me a comment if you can remember guilds in Neopets, or am I showing my age? Number 5, I'm going to stop saying the numbers because I'm going to forget them and it's going to get really confusing. When I was younger, I used to live in a small town in Herefordshire called Ross-on-Wye, and my parents owned a sweet shop called Gwaelia, and Gwaelia is apparently a Welsh battle cry. Relating to that, when I also was younger, I typed Gwaelia into Facebook with the aim of setting up a Facebook group for our shop, and I actually found a group called We All Used to Steal Penny Sweets from Gwaelia when we were younger. Also, when I was younger, I used to have a crush on Mufasa from The Lion King. I also used to have a crush on the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Maybe that says something about my taste in guys. I am scared of spiders, daddy long legs, and anything that moves unnaturally quickly. I have a Mumblr banana crunch corner yogurt for breakfast pretty much every morning. I passed my driving test for the first time while wearing 6-inch heels. Yes, really, I used to find it easier to pivot on the heels because my feet are so small I couldn't reach the pedals otherwise. When I was younger, my dream job was to be a marine biologist. I also wanted to never have a car and drive around only by horse and carriage. For my A-levels, I studied English, textiles, economics, Spanish, and photography, and I got straight A's and A stars. I have never been to Nando's. The first ever gig that I went to was Busted, and the warm-up act was McFly. I have a little scar on my neck from when I contracted tuberculosis when I was little. I'm secretly really good at playing the didgeridoo. I once wrote a 4-page article in Sugar magazine called Best Friend versus Boyfriend. I used to make and sell jewellery that looked like little sweets like licorice all sorts and love hearts on a website called Fiction Jewellery. For my school sixth form ball, or prom if you're American, I couldn't find a dress that I liked and that I can afford, so I decided to make one. When I was younger, I had the weirdest obsession with the Titanic, and I could probably list off about 1 million facts about the Titanic still to this day. I can still recite the oral part of my Spanish A-level exam. Pasar las vacaciones en las Maldivas es una experiencia inolvidable. My first CD was Shaggy Angel. I don't like fizzy drinks. I have never tried a cigarette or any drugs, and I plan to keep it that way. I studied fashion management at the London College of Fashion for my university degree, and I got a first. When I was younger, I used to collect Sabrina's Secrets magazine and S Club Style magazine. In my class 1 nativity, I was Mary. I call my mum Lala, LL, which stands for Lady Large, and that's a long story, so I'm not going to explain why. When I'm stressed, I write to-do lists because it makes me feel better not having it all going around in my head. I can't decide my favourite ice cream flavour, but my top 3 have to be strawberry, pistachio and raspberry ripple. My boyfriend Charlie and I actually met on holiday while we were both in the Maldives. My favourite food is macaroni cheese, and my recipe is the best recipe in the whole wide world. I'm really bad at receiving compliments. If you give me one, I probably will just get flustered and try and find a way of bringing myself down again. I got 100% in my textiles A-level, which meant that I was top in the country for that year. I have a weird phobia of using escalators that aren't moving. My first ever human crush was Brian McFadden from Westlife, and after that it was Leo DiCaprio. I even had an email address that was joey@leofans.com. When I was in primary school, I dated a boy that was way cooler than me, but after a week he sent me a text saying, "Welcome to Dumpsville." That was my first ever breakup. I can do the whole rap from Lethal Bizzle's Police on My Back, and no, I'm not going to do it right now. When I was 18, I spent a month in Tanzania and I climbed to the very top of Mount Kilimanjaro. My first ever blog post was about interning at Mulberry, which I did during my 2nd and 3rd years at uni. I have red currant jelly with most of my meals. I moved out of home when I was 18 years old, and that was to go to university, and my first flat in London was in Southwark. My middle names are Harriet Mary, so my full name is Josephine Harriet Mary Fear. I have a half-brother called Jamie, and we have the same mum but different dad, but I never think of him as my half-brother, he's just my brother. I'm also an auntie to 3 beautiful children called Courtney, Brandon and Austin. Me and Charlie are both really crazy when it comes to talking to Dexter. We have so many nicknames for him, such as D-Money, D-Splash, Dexter Rooney, Gangster Dog, the list goes on. I also make up songs about my pets. Dare I sing you the Coco and Louis song? The most expensive thing that I own, other than my house, which is definitely the most expensive thing, is probably my Mulberry Cecily handbag, but I still bought that with my staff discount when I worked at Mulberry. I think that's the most expensive thing. Maybe my iMac. I don't know. And that's it, they are all the facts that I have to share with you guys. I think that was about 50, I noted them down on my phone and counted them very roughly, so hopefully 50 or thereabouts. Hopefully you find this video entertaining and you found out a little bit more about me. I would love to know about you. Are you secretly as crazy as I am? If so, tell me a really fun and crazy fact about you down in the comments below, because I would absolutely love that, and it'd be really fun for other people reading through the comments as well. So yeah, definitely think of something crazy and let me know. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do give it a thumbs up if you have done, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, then please do so, because that would mean a lot to me. Let's get to 11,000, and yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!